All right. Starting off at number five, I talked about him being in the Super Bowl for my prediction. They didn't look that great as they played a division rival. Now, a win is a win. This was a game that they did not win last year. Number five is the Baker Mayfield led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that there's a lot to be said about a team that finally overcame that. I think there's a lot of people that thought they might have given up the edge in that division to the Falcons. I think that this proves this team is still going to be just as solid as they were last year. I think this actually shows that they're probably ready to even move on further in the playoffs than I started thinking weeks ago. So I like the Buccaneers at number five. At number four, I do have the only team that lost inside my top five. It is the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens lost. They lost 41-40. The defense could not stop Josh Allen, but let's be real, there's probably not going to be many defenses in the league that can stop Josh Allen. On the other side, you had Derrick Henry, who outside of one fumble that really did cost them the game, you had a Derrick Henry that is 32 years old, looking like one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, along with probably his quarterback, as long as he can rattle off some playoff wins and possibly eventually a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is still going to be a top three quarterback in this league right now. I never said that before. I thought that his legs kind of were just what he was for a long time. These past few seasons, he's really shown himself as a passer. The Ravens are my number two, or sorry, number four team in the NFL in these power rankings. Number three, as a Bears fan, it really hurts to say, but the Green Bay Packers, they're really giving a run for the money to win the NFC just outright. They could be a number one seed going into the playoffs based on that performance week one. This offense or this team is going to only go as far as Jordan Love can take them. If Jordan Love starts to stumble, that's where this team is going to have their issues. Luckily for them, Jordan Love's played very solid for a very long time at this point. So Jordan Love has to continue to do this if he wants to maintain a top five rankings, but there's no indication that he's not going to, especially when you have a wide receiver core that, yes, it's deep, quote unquote, is what people are saying, but there's no star in this entire team. You're hoping Matthew Golden is that piece, but Tucker Kraft's a very good tight end in the NFL. The defense looks unreal with the addition of Micah Parsons. Um, they are my number two team in the NFC to the number two team in my power rankings, the defending champ Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles have no reason. You cannot punish them for playing the Cowboys. Their defense did struggle a little bit in that first half, but then in that second half, they turned it on. The Eagles looked great. Jalen Hurts, we said he could be an MVP candidate through 1 week. Obviously, there's a lot of football to be played, but when you're the defending champs, you start off 1-0 and you play your rival team and you beat them pretty convincingly, honestly. I know the score might have been closer than what they probably hope, but you have the best running back in the NFL. You have two wide receivers that barely got involved, in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. I don't expect that to continue. The Philadelphia Eagles are still a great team, but the only reason they cannot be number one is because of our MVP, Josh Allen. The Bills are unreal. The fight that this team has, yes, they gave up 40 points. Yes, the defense looks like it could be a problem, but it almost doesn't matter when you have Josh Allen back there at quarterback. Josh Allen is an absolute monster. He is going to take this team as far as he can because we all know that there's no one really other on that roster, anyone else on that roster that can do what he can do in terms of flipping a game upside down. But I don't see anyone stopping this man. He's too big, too strong, too athletic. Um, and at the quarterback position, he truly is a unicorn. So give me the Bills at number one. That is my top five going into week two.